Hey everyone! In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I made this panel. This one will be focused mostly on the process itself, with minimal commentary. First, we'll want to import a reference image. We can then use this image as a guide for our modeling. Next, let's add a plane right over the top of the reference image so we can start modeling. I'm going to be using the knife tool to cut into the plane. Now, while I was preparing for this video, I thought using booleans with an add-on like box cutter would be much faster. However, since that add-on isn't free, I want to make sure all of you can follow along easily using the default tools. But if you are interested in seeing a dedicated video where I model something using box cutter, just leave a comment below and let me know. If you mess up, don't worry about it. In 3D, there is always an undo button. Mistakes are just unexpected feature requests. If you're following along, you're crushing it. The secret is just showing up and making something today. The knife tool is one of those native Blender tools that, once mastered, gives you so much precision without needing extra add-ons. It's all about embracing the defaults. Now that we've established the main contour of the shapes, it's time to go inside and add some internal support cuts. We're using the knife tool again to place these lines. The purpose here is to define the highest point, or the apex, of the panel's form. These cuts act as guides for later steps when we adjust the shape to give it depth and dimension. By placing them now, we ensure the panel will have a crisp, deliberate, and professional-looking curve instead of a soft, unintended roundness. Next up, I'm going to take a moment to clean up the mesh and make sure the geometry is nice and orderly. You might be tempted to skip this part, but I always find it incredibly important to ensure the topology is decent. Good topology, which is essentially how the polygons flow across your model, prevents shading artifacts, especially when we add subtle bevels later on. It also makes any future edits or UV unwrapping much easier. Right now, I'm mainly looking to eliminate any n-gons and maintain clean quads wherever possible, giving us a solid, predictable base to work from. Next, we need to bring in that dimension. Go ahead and select the center vertex that defines the apex of each individual shape. Using the transform tool, we're going to pull those vertices up along the z-axis, giving our flat panel its initial lift and shape. Take your time to make sure the height feels consistent across all the shapes. And now for my favorite part, the beveling. We're going to apply a small bevel to all the edges of our panel. This step is crucial for realism because it prevents our renders from looking too sharp or digital. The bevel gives us a crisp transition, allowing the edges to properly catch the light source. These small highlights, often called catch lights or specular highlights, are what bring that final touch of realism and visual interest to the model when we set up our final scene lighting. Now, before we call the modeling done, I'm going to quickly orient the panel so it's perfectly straight in the scene. I always make it a habit to check the model from several different angles and lighting setups to ensure everything looks fine and catch any stray geometry before rendering. Since we're creating a larger surface, I'm going to make use of the array modifier to quickly duplicate and tile this panel. It's the most efficient way to expand our design without needing to manually copy and place everything. This modifier is perfect for creating repeatable geometry like this. You've reached the end. I hope you're happy with your new panel model. The key to Blender is just taking it one step at a time, and you just crushed this step. If you found a different or cooler way to make this panel, share your tips in the comments. Let's all learn together. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss my next video, and I'll catch you later.